everybody. It is Freekbass, and welcome to BASSTalk with Freekbass. I'm here every Wednesday night live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time over at the Facebook page. Excuse me, facebook.com/Freekbass, over at youtube.com, the Freekbass channel, and over at twitter.com, Freekbass. So hello to everybody on Twitter. If you're over there, please hit your retweet button. That would be awesome. If you're watching at Facebook, hit the old share button. That would be incredible. Thanks to everybody that keeps sending all the stars over. That really helps keep the show moving over here. And also, everybody over at YouTube, you know the vibe over there. If you can hit your subscribe button, that would be incredible. Give it an old thumbs up. That even helps even more. So thanks so much for all of that. And so what we are here to talk about tonight, we cover everything here on this first time you're here. Thanks for being here. We have a lot of bass players here. If you're not a bass player, that's totally cool too. We love having you here. And maybe you might, after seeing this, maybe want to go out and play some bass at some point, which will be incredible too. We cover everything bass here, whether it be bass techniques, reviews, different unboxings. We got some new really cool stuff going to be coming up really shortly on a show coming up. I'm going to be excited to share with you here in the next couple of weeks, bass related things, but we'll talk about that more as we get there. But tonight we are here to talk about double thumb technique, and it's a technique I get asked about a lot in a lot of different circles. And the way I do it, and the way that maybe you can do it too as well. I came up with this exercise that I think will help if you're already kind of starting dabbling in it a little bit. You can this will be something that'll kind of help you get to that next level of double thumb stuff. And if it's something that you're just starting with, this will be something good for you too. You can just do it at different tempos. So the way, just a quick brief history, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, the way I kind of came up with the double thumb technique, there's a lot of people that do it, of course, I'm not the only one, but the way I kind of did it was almost kind of like I was substituting my thumb for a pick. I was playing in a band, and I was kind of doing like kind of driving little funky bass lines, but and I was at first using a pick, but I didn't want to like have to use a pick because I felt like it kind of stopped me from doing different other techniques, whether it be finger technique or thumping and plucking, that type of thing. And the double thumb technique is definitely related to thumping and plucking, and you can definitely incorporate the two together once you get it down. And that's something we can talk about a little bit today. So, but I did come up with this exercise. You heard me playing it at the top when you first tuned in. I'm going to play it again for you right now. I'm going to break it down then and show you how you can do it and what's all behind it, and a really good way to practice it. Okay, so here we go. Let's listen to it one more time. Here we go. Whoops, there we go. All right, so what I am doing is we're just basically doing just kind of an A and D kind of chromatic little run. So we're starting on the 5th fret of the E string, and then I'm just playing the octave, A, and then 7th fret on D. All right, then we're going down to F sharp. So 2 on the E, 4 on the D, then to G, 3 on the E, 5 on the D, and G sharp, 4 and 6, 4 E, 6 D. So get that down first. All right, we'll talk about what we're doing in a minute, and then I'm just doing the same thing on the D and the A, or excuse me, the A and the G string. So starting on D, 5th fret, 7 on G, 2 on A, 4 on G, 3 and 5, A and G, 4 and 6, A and G. All right. So we're just going back and forth, and the reason I did both the E and the A, the E and the D string, and the A and the G string, because when you're thumping and plucking, there's different where part of the thing with thumping and plucking and also double thumb technique is getting that feel of where each string is at, and that's a big part of it. So I thought this will be kind of cover all those bases with that. So what I'm doing, what you're going like this, you're thumping the E string 5th fret and then plucking the 7th fret on the D. All right, just a regular thump pluck. Then after I do that, I'm with my thumb going down, up through the E string, and that string is muted, by the way. So you play the note with your fingers pressed down on the E string on the 5th fret, press down on the D string on the 7th fret. We're thumping the E, plucking. This is just straight up, I've got tons of if you don't know about thumping and plucking, i.e. slap bass, I've got a ton of other videos on that, but essentially you're hitting with your side of your thumb right here, and you're plucking with your index finger on the other string. All right, now once we do that, then what we're doing is we are going down through the string and up through the string, and that's through the E string. And at the same time, I'm muting the string. So I'm basically just putting my finger over the string so it's not ringing at all. So you have this action. And you can see I am literally going through the string, down, up, down, up. Like probably I would say about the middle of my thumb is going through the string, going on the downstroke, and about the middle of my fingernail is coming through the string on the upstroke. So down, up. And again, I'm never moving my thumb back and forth. It's like almost like this, my thumb is stuck on my hand, like glued there. It's not, and it's all from my wrist. Almost like my thumb is almost like a drumstick in a way. I say a pick, but it's kind of like a drumstick too. So you're starting with this motion, down, up, with the string being muted. Okay, so we're doing that. Remember, so we taught that A to F sharp, G, G sharp, E, and then what we're doing between each note, we're putting that down, up, ghost note, i.e. the muted string between each note. So you've got down, up, down, up. Now what I was doing to kind of make it a little more interesting groove, the first time we're doing it just like what I said. Second time, so when I get to that G note, the 3rd fret, instead of the normal thing, I'm plucking twice on the 5th fret, 2 plucks, and then the double thumb. Then we get to the G sharp. Now you could do the whole thing without even doing that. You could just do it if you wanted to, just make every time like that if you would like. But I just wanted to give it a little bit, a little bit of variation on each one. That's why I added the. And again, it is, one more time, it's just A, F sharp, G, G sharp with the octaves each time. A octave, down, up, muted with a double thumb, F sharp, down, up, double thumb, G, down, up, double thumb, G sharp, down, up, double thumb. And then I'm just moving over to the A and G string and doing the same thing between D to B, C, C sharp, D. Everything is exactly the same. Now you heard the tempo I was doing was kind of medium tempo kind of thing. But you could even do it slower, which if you're just starting out doing this is what I would advise. Also remember those double thumbs, you want those to have as much weight, in other words, as much volume as the notes, even though they're not notes, they're just, ghost notes or muted notes. You still want to be able to, I'm hitting that as hard as if I was playing a note. So it's like chick, chick, chick. So you have that kind of chick, chick, chick kind of thing going. So if you do a slower slower tempo, it's like that. If you kind of speed it up, so that all the way across. And it's a really good one because it keeps you really loose with your wrists. And I've talked about this in videos in past, but just always remember, think of it as like if someone was holding your arm, you would still be able to do this motion fine. It's not coming from your arm. It's coming from all the wrist action, just like when you see a drummer play a hi-hat. It's all from there, and that's the same thing you're doing with the double thumb thing. So just to recap really quickly, A, F sharp, G, G sharp with the octave, and putting a double thumb mute between each one of those notes. And then you're doing the same thing on the D. It's a really, really good one. I use it as kind of a warm-up before I'm playing a show. It kind of keeps you really loosened up really good, and it really defines those notes a lot. So if you're just a beginner, just start it off very slowly. And if you've been playing for a little while, maybe start about the tempo I was doing. I think that was about 100 BPM. And like I always say, try to practice with some kind of timekeeping device, whether it be like a drum thing like I have, or like I'm playing with a drum, that kind of thing, or just playing with some kind of metronome or something like that. Remember, we are drummers that play notes. That's kind of the way to look at things. So hopefully that'll give you some direction on that. Let me leave any comments down below. I appreciate everybody coming back every week. Thanks again over on the Facebook side of things. Thanks so much for sending those stars. That really helps out a lot with everything we're doing to keep providing more and more content for everybody this week, or each week. Don't forget to join me Saturday night for Saturday Night Chit Chat. And then, of course, please join me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/Freekbass, where I take all these things I have fun with those all day. All these instruments around here, and we create grooves together. And that is, again, it's a really cool platform. I'd love to see you over there. I'm just improvising new grooves each week, and we're writing songs together. So that's it. That's twitch.tv/Freekbass every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. But of course, I am here every Wednesday night live at 9 p.m. for a new edition of BASSTalk with Freekbass. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up in some upcoming shows. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye.